Okay, this is section 3.2, law of cosines. And if you have a triangle ABC all the way around, unknown, and it's not a right triangle, well, it could work for a right triangle, but it's not particularly a right triangle. The law of cosines has a formula that's given such as this. C squared plus equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab times cos c. And each of the sides has a different way of writing it. Now, one thing you can state is you can state the law of cosines quite verbally and to help you understand it. Now, the formula is given to you on page 107 of your textbook. They give you all three formulas in general form. And of course, you'll be given those when you're writing an exam or anything like that. But when you're doing law of cosines, it's easy to remember that basically the side squared, they say it's stated in your book here, I'll read it for you. They say, the square of any side in a triangle is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides minus twice the product of the other two sides with the cosine of the angle formed by the two sides. So that's basically what it means. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple examples of using or applying the cosine law. Now, you can also get this in a word problem form, but I'm not going to do a word problem here in this one. I'll save it for later tutorials. I'm just going to functionally work with the law of cosines to see how it works. So here's one way to do it. Here's an angle, a triangle, and here's the angle given in two sides and an included angle. When you have two sides and an included angle, you can use the law of cosines. So we have to convert this to a decimal number, decimal degree. So take 108 degrees and 18 minutes. Take the 18 minutes over 60 and get a number. So this will be 18 divided by 60, and that's 0.3. So this gives us 108 degrees, 0.3 degrees, sorry, 0.3 degrees. Okay, so we can use the law of cosines to calculate this side. So let's pretend that, okay, so this given side here, our unknown side, pardon, not the given side, is what we want to calculate. So x squared is going to equal the other two sides squared. So 25 squared plus 17 squared minus 2 times 25 times 17 times the cosine of this angle that is included in the two sides. So times the cosine of 108.3 degrees. Okay? Well, I'm going to work this part out I'll actually square everything out here. I'll work it out step by step. X squared, so 25 squared, that's 625, plus 17 squared, that's 289, minus, okay, I'm going to do the cosine and then I'm going to multiply those in. So let's do 108.3 cosine. Now notice that it is a negative value because cosine is negative in the second quadrant, especially if you're over 90 degrees. So keep that negative value and multiply by 17, then multiply by 25, then multiply by 2, or negative 2 if you like. So it's going to be minus 266.89, so forth. So that's like adding 266.893. Okay. So what I do here when I get here and I want to get this value here for this x squared, I say x squared is equal to, I leave this on my calculator, just change the sign out of there. So hit the change sign, get rid of that, make it positive, because that's what happens when you're minusing a negative number, and add those other two values in, plus 289 plus 625. Okay, and then I get a number, 1180.89. And then I just take this number and I take the root of that number. So root that, and I get 34, and I'm going to go to one decimal place this time, 34.4. And that's our answer for that triangle. Now I'm going to do a similar example here again, but I'm going to have all three sides in it. And I'm going to do that in the next tutorial because it might take me a little bit of time.